It's the third Sunday of Advent, and it's Rejoice Sunday. It's the opening antiphon of the liturgy. And there's much rejoicing in especially the first reading from Isaiah, which is very important to the understanding of the gospel. It's one of those that's on that day, on that coming day. Remember last Sunday, the animals, the natural world will be at peace with one another. On that day, the lion will lie down with the cub, and it'll be fantastic. Well, in this on that day, the deaf will be able to hear, and the blind will see, and the cripple will walk, and it's going to be a great day for rejoicing on that day. There's going to be healing and peace in the new kingdom of God. So remember that as you read or listen to the gospel today, because Matthew has John at the main viewpoint, but he's in prison. And why is he in prison? Because he's violating the Jewish laws. But he's a prophet. 2, so we saw him baptizing last week. They put him in prison, and Jesus scolded the Pharisees and the Sadducees last week. So they're all around there, and John the Baptist sends his disciples to talk to Jesus. Are you the one who is to come? And Jesus says, go and tell John what you hear and what you see. The deaf will hear, the blind will see. The poor have the gospel preached to them. Go and tell them that. So they say, okay. So they're on their way. Jesus says to the people around him, there's never been a man born greater than John the Baptist. But even greater are the ones who believed in my coming. I am the completion. Well, greater than John the Baptist, who was the greatest man ever born, greater are anyone who believes in Jesus. Well, that's quite a statement. They are in the kingdom of heaven. I was praying about this. I was wondering, what kind of God would we really like? We're going to celebrate Jesus' birth, coming into this world. What kind of Jesus would we have liked? Or maybe we would not like to have had a Jesus. We would like to have a full display. We'd like a God that doesn't hold back. It seems that Jesus didn't answer all the questions, and God didn't take away all the mystery. Let's have a God that takes away mystery. How would you like that? And maybe it's a good thing in during these weeks of Advent, what kind of God would you really like? I'm going to have a meeting with students tonight, and the first question is just a discussion group, and I'm going to ask them, what, of all the things in the world, what would you personally like for Christmas? One thing, not peace in the world and end of cancer and everything. What one thing would you like? And every one thing they would like, they know they would want more. They would want something better in time. So Jesus comes into our world as a gift, and we say, well, that's nice, but we'd always like more. We would like to be like John the Baptist, perhaps, that we have signs. Tell him what you see and what you hear, then he'll know that I'm the Messiah. Does he believe or does he know? No, he knows because he has heard and seen. But greater than that are those who live by faith. Do you want a God that asks you to live by faith? Yes and no. It's very interesting to me how people want to figure each other out. As soon as you figure somebody out, they're going to be boring. We love mystery. We love you, not all the time, of course, but mystery is inviting. Our minds are set up for reaching, wanting, exploring. We love mystery, but not all the time. We would like to see signs. Yes, we'd like to see the deaf hear and the blind see and the crippled leap around. Then we say, yeah, then there is a God. We don't have that. We have enough to kind of believe. And the hard part is believing in Jesus is at times an exclamation point and at times a question mark. And that's faith. Living with the question marks. Wanting more. More, please. More signs. But I don't want signs that will take away mystery. I don't want you, God, to be boring. I don't want myself to be boring. I don't want to know myself completely. And then they call this rejoice. Rejoice Sunday, because we're asked to be like the greater people in the kingdom that are not like John, who saw and believed. We don't see enough. We don't hear enough. There's nothing that can totally convince us. But there are those things that invite us to keep reaching, questioning, to have questions. That should be a cause for rejoicing. That the questions ask us to be alert and open and watchful. We can rejoice in that. We can rejoice that there's more in living by faith than by just living, just enduring. So it's a Rejoice Sunday that there is a God that comes to us in just the right way. Comes as a baby. Comes in mystery. Is that enough? Yeah. It's enough to keep me on the journey for one more week, one more day. Yes, it's enough. I will try to live rejoicing as I am a little upset at God that He doesn't give me all the answers, when in fact, all the answers would not complete us. Rejoice. Keep watching. Jesus is being born as an invitation.